Hello, I'm the Mystic Starseed with another reading for you. And so I was thinking this time I'm going to face the camera. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's actually easier for me to channel and read this way. It's a lot more comfortable for me sitting in this way where nothing is obstructed. The other way, just showing the cards, was a little bit difficult and awkward with the camera angle. So it would distract me. But anyways, here we are, and I think I'm really happy with the setup. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So this reading is about transformation. So I have a pick a pile card reading here, 1, 2, 3. And the question is, what is transforming for you and why? So let's get right into it because there's not a lot of space on my camera. And I want to make sure I get you these messages. I was really called to do this. So we have choices here. We have the green crystal, pile number 1, purple crystal, pile number 2, and the pink crystal, pile number 3. Welcome, pile number 1. All right, let's get into it. This is pile number 1, the green crystal. I've already shuffled and selected the cards for your pile, just to save time and space on the camera. So let's get into it. I'll show you the cards though as I lay them out. 23, defend to the end, the worthwhile. I'll try to go fast so we can get into the actual message. Zenith, she who prepares, formulate, strategize, devise. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. 16, black flower fragrance. The yellowing. 20, flow. 46, 8th house mystery. Amelie, she who questions. Curiosity, destiny, search. Temperance in reverse. 25, fated to suffer. Mortification. $61, water. 3, Archangel Michael. Mora, she who hesitates, ponder, delay, confidence. Eclat, she who regrets, battle, victory, bitterness. And then the last card is 29, breathe. And I'll save that for the end. Put that over here. But I think you can see most of the cards. All right, let's get into it. Let's dive in. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing is, first let's just dive in a little bit. The overall energy of your transformation is, this is really deep. So maybe a little intense, but don't get scared. It's all for the highest good. And there's good here. So let's just dive in. For 23, defend to the end, the worthwhile. This is the overall theme of the transformation. And so what I'm seeing, this was in your recent past. Okay, first of all, you're a very, very strong person. You have a lot of conviction and really strong, powerful energy. Okay, you are a fighter, a warrior. You've most likely had to be this way for whatever circumstances in your life that have maybe forced you or allowed you to be like this warrior woman, defending who you are, what you stand for. So you've always been this way, and there's something that you want to either there's a way that you want to be or express yourself in the world, or there's something that you want to bring into the world that you really believe in. But in the recent past, I think that some of your faith in yourself, or this vision, or this way of being that you want to ground into the world, into your life, you've been questioning it. Your faith has kind of wavered a little bit. You've been doubting yourself, or other people have tried to place doubt on you, or there's just been so many obstacles that you've had to fight through. And quite frankly, I feel like you're wondering if it's even worth the effort, like everything you've gone through. And you've always kind of like used your personal inner power, your grit, your your determination to move forward, get what you want, succeed. But there's something right now about that, for some reason, feeling, or had felt that way for you in the recent past, like it hadn't been working for you anymore. That, and when I flounder with my words, it's almost like, wait a second, like you kind of feel like you've lost your footing in the way you approach life, like it's not producing the results that you want or expected. And so that's a part of the reason why you're wondering if you're even on the right track. But what Spirit is saying is that you are on the right track. You're just going through a metamorphosis, and that you were born with this strength, this passion, this drive, because you're a sacred warrior. And that whatever you hold in your heart as your own unique signature imprint is meant to be here on this planet, and it needs that type of strength. You needed that strength to get to where you are today. And Spirit is asking you that even though it feels like you have been going through dark times or confusing times, or the unknown has really kind of gripped you in a way that you've never felt, that to continue to have faith, because there's always darkness before the dawn. Okay, so what you actually recently have been doing you have been transforming. You will continue to transform during this cycle in your life. So it looks like you were holding on to a lot of anger. And I think that came from your childhood or your past, something, your experiences with other people or life circumstances. Not sure it's going to be different for everyone, but you were holding on to a lot of anger, and part of that anger propelled you forward and gave you that personal power, that fire within you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You were trying to alchemize some sort of injustice or rage that you were feeling in your life to move yourself forward, which is really kind of amazing, kind of badass energy. You are a sacred warrior. So what you have been letting go of a lot, it looks like you've been going through a healing journey where you've had to release a lot of rage, a lot of bitterness that you have held in your heart, like old memories, old grudges. Maybe you weren't even conscious of all of it, but it was festering within you. And it was almost like these flowers have bloomed. They have, these feelings that I've harnessed to create some sort of success in my life or focus have bloomed, and now they're withering, and it's time to release that heavy, fiery energy in my body. And so you've been releasing a lot of anger, a lot of like negativity and resentment, and which is totally normal and natural and awesome, because I think a lot of what the collective is doing is this. And if they're not, they're repressing, and they're only holding themselves back in stagnation. Anyways, so what I'm seeing is that you have already been transforming. You've let go a lot of this anger, and it's kind of like you've been seeing the light. It's been illuminated why you've been holding on to this or where it came from. And now it's like you've been clearing your heart space and your solar plexus, and you are starting to illuminate again because you have faced these demons of your past. So what Spirit wants you to know is that continue to illuminate that which like really burns you up inside, what makes you upset, because usually anger is the sign of an injustice or something that we're really passionate about, that we want to transform not only in ourselves, but in the world. They want you to use this time to get very clear on what you're passionate about. And I think you have gotten clear quite a lot. So, because I'm seeing this as past energy, but they're saying it's important not to let this anger again fester and like actually recycle back into you without being resolved and processed and used in a way that's more cathartic for your well-being and for your vision. So currently what you're going through right now, I think you've let go of a lot of that armor and you're now in more of a questioning phase. You're like, you want to know more. You want more answers about yourself, about life, about how to move forward. I think that you're in a space of no man's land a little bit right now, like the unknown, where you're kind of not sure. Do I move forward in the direction that I thought I wanted to go in, or is there something else? So you're trying to stay open and curious. So you have softened a little bit. And you're in search of your destiny, what you're meant to do and who you're meant to be in this world. And yeah, because with this 8th house mystery, it's like you're in the unknown. You're doing shadow work. You're uncovering your shadows. You're uncovering the mysteries within you. You're really diving deep because, you know, this is a transformation reading and you have Scorpio, which is all about transformation. So you're on the right path. I just want to let you know that right here, right now. You're starting a new cycle right now too, being more open and curious and, you know, kind of experimental and taking a different approach to the way you do things, the way you see things, the way you respond. So Spirit wants you to tap into your inner power, but this power is not about the outward power of how you push forward in life and, you know, crush all your goals, which is, there's a time and a place for that too, obviously, right? But right now is a time to go inward and to find your inner power, the one that is still, the stillness within the center of your soul, where all power emanates from, where you get the movement that you usually, you know, is your go-to. All that action comes from the center. They want you to get to the center of that power, that core of you. For some of you, not all, they want you to dive into the deeper mysteries as well. They want you to really dive more deeply into the occult, spirituality. This pile is not about, oh, I'm all love and light, which nothing wrong with that, but you're a deep soul. You are a warrior, a sacred warrior is the message. Sacred warriors can't be all fluffy, live in love and light. That's part of the cycle, part of the balance, and that is what you exude when you've overcome a lot of your own inner shadow, inner demons. You are meant to do something very powerful in this world. You are meant to create something powerful. Otherwise, you wouldn't have needed the sacred warriorness of your badassery in this life. That's not to be wasted. It's just learning how to apply it so it's actually, you know, creates something beautiful in this world. So that's where you're at right now. And you're kind of understanding that, I feel, or in some way, whether consciously or unconsciously. And so with the Temperance in reverse, I actually don't see this as super negative. I see this as you're kind of like this right now on the inside. You're like, you're not quite in emotional balance, but you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be like kind of fluid within yourself. You're supposed to be seeing, experiencing and understanding every feeling that you're going through and where these feelings are coming from, what is triggering them and why you feel them, so that you can better understand yourself, your values and your vision and what purpose or what mission you want to fulfill in your life, or if it's not like as big as that, a mission, like who do you want to be? How do you want to express yourself in this world? So it's supposed to be a little tumultuous and kind of like all scrambled in the air. It's like, you know, it's like making an omelet or a stew. You're like mixing and you're, you know, everything's moving, you know, it's because it's all trying to come together and create this amazing whole feast within a bowl. The bowl being you. I don't know, but I hope you know what I mean. I'm being silly, but you know what I mean, I hope. Okay, so that's where you're at. And so Spirit is saying you're on the right track. Stay here. You shouldn't be doing so much or trying to move forward and pushing forward with an agenda or a past idea of how you're supposed to move forward, because you're still stew that's cooking. It's going to just be a clusterfuck. Stay open, experiment, explore yourself. Don't attach to anything that is perhaps meant to be transitory, because this is a very transitional energy I'm seeing. So with that being said, what you're transforming now as you're in this energy, in this whole 8th house scorpionic vibe, which is all about transmutation and pure, this is the behind the scenes magic that a lot of people who are scared of shadow work are you know, kind of like deny, but they do not end up being very powerful people, no matter what they think they are doing with their little, I don't want to see the dark. That's some bullshit. We all need to see the dark. The universe is a whole and complete entity, mechanism, and it has light and dark. If you are excluding one, you are not in unity consciousness. You are in polarity, and you are really actually segregating yourself from the actual whole spectrum of the beauty of the universe. Okay, anyway, sorry, and rant. So what you're transforming now as you're processing, so we see here fated to suffer. And so what I'm seeing, actually, this is kind of interesting. You're starting to understand where you may have had like a mindset that wasn't necessarily the most beneficial for your well-being. I'm seeing this like maybe you're basically transforming a mindset of feeling like you feel like maybe you're meant to suffer, you have to work hard, you're always having to battle and push forward, and that nothing is ever gonna like become like that victory that you really do want. You want a better life, you want a happier life. Yeah, oh, okay, I'm seeing. You're transforming. Okay, so underneath the anger that you were feeling, there was depression. There was depression. And what I'm feeling from this is there's something here about this. Maybe depression runs in your family. This could just be for some, but depression may run in your family, or there's just been so much maybe sadness, trauma, events in your life that have created a sense of deep-seated depression, maybe unconscious to yourself. And this depression has kind of like behind the scenes dictated the decisions that you make for yourself, the way you move forward in life. And I feel like you've been tempted by situations or people that have distracted you from, oh wow, I got from feeling your fear, from feeling your pain, and from understanding yourself. So what's transforming is you're going to be releasing this, and it's almost like your DNA is being upgraded. You do have to put some effort into this, and that's why going within is so important, to understand that some of these belief systems that you've been holding on to have weighed you down, and that's what's been making you doubt yourself. Like if you have the strength to move forward and accomplish what you want, it's because depression is heavy. It's repression. It's a repression of something. This I'm feeling like is an inherited thing, like from your family line though, like a defeatist mindset. And please don't get triggered, because it's not about that. Everybody has a victim mentality in some form or fashion in some way at some of the time. And I think that part of this is that maybe there's been some really traumatic events, not only in your life as a child, but maybe in your ancestors' lives, that has been passed down through the genes because it's created a mindset. of, oh, I'm just always fated to suffer, or things are never going to be easy. And so Spirit is asking you to stay curious and work with your mindset and, you know, your darker thoughts, so that you can look at life as more of an infinite possibility type of thing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. So because of the things that you've gone through in life, you feel like the only way to win, or the only way to get what you want, is to fight for it, or is to fight against what you feel you're seeing. Maybe for not all of you, but perhaps you're seeing the universe as an obstacle, or like the way things are set up, life is an obstacle to getting what you want that will ultimately make you happy. So it's like fighting for what you want gets you what you want, and that'll bring you happiness. But you're gonna start to realize that that's perhaps not true all the time. There's a need to understand how balance works. Like sometimes we need to fight, and sometimes we need to be at peace. Sometimes we need to be strong, and sometimes we need to be vulnerable. Sometimes we need to be serious, and sometimes we need to be funny. And I think learning how to be flexible with all emotions that Spirit wants you to explore allows you to be a more fluid and flexible minded person. I'm getting Gemini energy for some reason. You may or may not be a Gemini, but it's like the universe is asking you to be a little bit Gemini-esque in this present stage in your life, and to be curious about all your feelings, like I was saying, and to understand that the way we respond to the world need not be static. We don't need to respond to the world the same way all the time, because it doesn't work that way. The universe, life is fluid. Sometimes we need a little of this, sometimes we need a little bit of that. So they want you to start looking at life if you can, and you will, because you'll be this is what you're transforming, is your mindset. Seeing that you're not fated to suffer, that you actually have a destiny, and fate and destiny are two different things. Fate is the motions that we go through, that we've inherited from the mindsets of our ancestors, how our mindset traps us into these autopilots that kind of dictate the trajectory of our life. Fate is our deepest desire, our heart, our soul's mission, purpose while we're on this planet. And that destiny is what needs to be understood by dissolving what our fate is. So, sorry, this is getting long-winded. I'm almost done, or I'll try to speed it up. But what Spirit is trying to say here is that you are transforming this. You are transforming, and I do see DNA upgrades, like you're cleansing your DNA. So I would do trauma-based practices, like trauma-based yoga, any kind of somatic therapy, with the intention of releasing old thought patterns, old trapped emotions, anything that's keeping you repressed in any kind of depression, sweating it out, letting it go, and creating new neural pathways for more positive thinking, and seeing the universe as not an obstacle, but as a gift that we can work with in different ways. So Spirit is saying that you are transforming this. Like I said before, sorry, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but certain things have to die, and they are dying. And I think that could be what's scary. But it's like, with mortification, it's like things have to decompose. And it's like allowing yourself to let the old parts of you die without fear. And like, it's okay to grieve it, but to understand that the way you were working through life before as this power, like, this power person is like, oh, I'm going to, fight my way through it, needs to die. It only needs to come out sometimes. It should not be your go-to MO. It's like the whole fight or flight, like you've been in fight or flight and you've been in fight mode like your life. So I don't know, it would be good to like dive deep into what triggered that for you, which I've already talked about and I've mentioned, but understanding that that's transforming, that you're going to realize there's other ways to approach life, but you have to, it's almost like you're going to have an ego death where you're going to butt your head against so many walls trying to get what you want and seeing that every door is closing for you is what I'm seeing. But I know that sounds really like harsh or morbid or scary, but it's not, because what it's going to help you do is to surrender and listen. The universe has already laid a path for you, and it's a lot easier than you think. All you have to do is clear the fog from your eyes, and that fog is those emotions that are circulating in your unconscious. I have not let you see your path, which is a lot easier than it has been. I want you to know that if you feel like, if you're going through a dark night of soul or a deep depression, know that that is part of the process. You are not alone. You probably have friends and family, or if you don't, find somebody you trust to lean on and be vulnerable with. I promise you they're going to understand, because we're all going through major transformations now, even if they're not the same transformation. But also, what's so beautiful, Archangel Michael came out in your reading, and Archangel Michael is what? A warrior of God. You have a warrior on your side. Archangel Michael is one of the strongest angels that you can have, because that's how strong you are. And Archangel Michael is protecting you during this process. So if you feel like everything in your life is dissolving, or it's the end of the world, or whatever you're feeling, that's just your ego kicking and screaming as it dissolves and turns into something new. Archangel Michael will protect you and keep you safe. He's communicating to you through synchronicity, so follow synchronicities. Stay open and curious. Interesting thing though, so I know this is a hard reading and it's hard to go through, but what I'm seeing happening is that Spirit is asking you to have faith in the process, to be confident that you're moving in the right direction, to have confidence in who you are and have faith in yourself. But by doing it, if you have real true confidence in everything working out, then you should be able to see the parts of you that you feel are weak or ineffectual. And what's going to happen is you're going to realize that you've been delaying things in your life and procrastinating because you actually lacked some sort of confidence or belief that what you truly want deep in your heart is not for you, or you're not worthy of it. And you're going to be seeing that very soon. But it's like you need to see that so that you can cleanse it and release it and know that you are worthy. What is meant for you is meant for you. So you gotta really trust in the universe and God's love for you. You're not this strong for nothing. Okay, so you're gonna also be looking back on your past, and there may be some regrets here on when perhaps you did respond in ways that were more aggressive or abrasive because of this lack of belief that you are worthy of your own dreams and that you are this beautiful being and that you don't have to fight so hard. So all of this is happening to you right now because they want you to surrender and go with the flow. They want you to go with the flow and be like water. Be like water and go with the flow. Water is strong, but it's malleable. It's soft. It is not sometimes it's a raging beast, but water knows when to be calm and when to be a raging beast. And they want you to flow and allow yourself to just experiment with seeing how the universe aligns everything for you and makes that perfect current for you to ride with more ease downstream. To understand deeply. They want you to understand this deeply. And water is also very cleansing and healing. And I'm seeing drinking more water, being around water is going to heal and help you. And the water holds memory. And the memory in your cells, the DNA, they want you to heal and cleanse away these mindsets that you have inherited from your childhood, from your family. Let the water cleanse it away. Let your tears cleanse it away. Let the sweat cleanse it away. Let the bodies of water in nature cleanse it away. You're being asked to be more soft, at least for now. Why? So that you can accomplish your dreams. Because you have a dream deep in your heart. Deep in your heart that you know belongs to you. You feel it physically in your heart. That is your dream and you're worthy of it. And you'll get there. You will get there. You're just a little tired. So take the time to be still and explore your inner space and the way, and observant of the way the universe is unfolding everything for your highest good. So, sorry, I forgot. This is the advice card, Breathe. I'm going to read that really quickly. And this has been a long reading. It's already 33 minutes. Oh my God. All right, Breathe, 29. Patience. Waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. Patience in all things is being called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course, meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. So the element of air as well. Okay. That was beautiful. All right, pile number 2. Here is your reading. What is transforming in your life? Pile number 2, purple stone. Let's go. I already shuffled and selected the cards for you to save time and battery on my phone. Let's get into it. I'll show you all the cards. Number 2, inner trust. Sauvage, she who is wild, untamed, wild, mysterious. Six of rods in reverse. 18, naked before the stars. Lightning or leucosis. Solar calm, clarify, 16. Nemesis, she who avenges, revenge, outcome, justice. Queen of Swords or Queen of Blades. Okay. 9, envious gluttony. Winter. 14, energy medicine. Sensuality, devotion, celestial fertility, deep rest. Jenna, she who calms, stillness, purity, quiet. "24, heart of the sky. "2, the Andean cross. And 52, mending. Okay. Pile number 2, what transformation are you going through? Okay, so let's start here. Overall, this transformation is meant to support your strengthening and developing your inner trust. I'm getting a sense of so what I'm getting here is that you are a free spirit. You're highly creative, highly expansive, beautiful being. Kind of a wild child. Maybe you were a wild child when you were younger. You have this charismatic energy of just being like unrestrained in your glory. This has been you in the past, or this is your true innate spirit. This is who you are. I do feel that though in the past you have repressed this part of you. Perhaps when you've been your truest self, other people have like doubted you, or undermined you, or pushed you down, and it's made you not trust who you are as a person. You trust your judgment, maybe trust the world, other people. And so it's almost like you've hidden yourself. You've covered and dampened your own inner light because you felt that you were bad or you were wrong. And this has kind of made you like not seek any kind of attention, recognition, spotlight, which is fine. Not everybody has to, but it's almost like you're kind of meant to have positive attention. You're meant to be seen. You're meant to be highly successful, but I feel like you've repressed such an innate part of yourself that it's actually kind of delayed some of your successes. I'm not saying you haven't had, success or moments of glory and joy, but it's almost like you could have had more, or you can have more. But it was you doubting yourself and who you are as a beautiful person that has kind of dampened that a little bit. I'm not sure why you felt that you had to repress it, because this is a general reading, so there's going to be different reasons, but definitely I'm feeling like people in your life have either repressed this in you by their judgment and criticism, or because of situations that you've been impulsive and you've made decisions that were, just kind of like a little sporadic, not maybe thought out, because of you were impulsively enthusiastic about something, things didn't turn out right, and so you kind of lost trust in yourself and life, whatever. That's for some of you. Take it as it resonates. But overall, what I'm seeing is that you're highly creative. And what's happening right now that I'm seeing, you have started to transform and shift this sense of like modesty and hiding your true self by being more vulnerable with other people, trusting that you're beautiful the way you are. It's been a slow process, but it's almost like you're beginning to see again that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be yourself. Oh, yeah. Now, okay. Wow. This is a very layered reading. Okay. Whew. Everything I said is true, but now it's like I'm going to take it into layers, because what I'm seeing that you've recently shifted and you're continuing to shift here is like you were really ashamed of something about yourself, just who you were, or actions in your past. That is transforming. You're beginning to be able to be more open, more soft, and more vulnerable in who you are, good and bad, good or bad, all of that, embracing all of who you are, when before you felt like you had to suppress parts of yourself, your shadow, that you thought were unacceptable for whatever reason. You are now like, okay, so you've wanted to be perfect, or you felt you had to be perfect to be loved, to be liked. And this has actually dampened not only your creative abilities, your creative goals, endeavors, your artistic abilities even. This has also dampened and repressed your romantic and sexual relationships. You have felt imperfect in your body, who you are as a personality. And so you've procrastinated from achieving certain things or feeling comfortable with certain things in your life because of this self-shame, doubt, loathing, even for some of you. Now you're shifting that slowly but surely. You're lightening your load, you're lightening up, and you're seeing yourself with more compassion and acceptance, which is good. So it's been kind of a process. So right now what I'm seeing is that you have been subduing your creativity, your sensuality, and basically all things sacral chakra. So it would be good to do some sacral chakra work here. So as you're shifting this, you're in an interesting state right now. Your current state is definitely not this wild child, like outwardly extroverted, beautiful ray of light that your innate soul wants to express. You're still beautiful. You're still gorgeous in all the ways inside and out. You still have tremendous charisma and power, but right now, currently in your life, you are kind of sober. You're in terms of like, you're looking at life with a more sober, clear eye. You have learned or are learning discernment, how to truly see yourself clearly, other people clearly, life clearly. And it's like, and this has happened because of the suffering and the trials and tribulations in your life in the past. Like all these things have worked to refine your character. And you're becoming more confident in your own truth, who you are, your values, what you stand for. So this has been a painful process. So it is sobering because you've had to shift and you've had to sift through uncomfortable feelings, grief, anger. I'm seeing that you may be processing grief through anger right now, which is totally fine and healthy. That's one of the stages of grief. And it's also, people get angry when there have been injustices in life. You have been unfairly treated in some ways, I'm seeing, or you've unfairly treated yourself. And now you're starting to realize that you deserve more and you're worthy of more. And so you are angry but you need that anger and that fire to stand up for yourself, for your truth, and for what you deserve. So you're not taking anyone's shit. You're cutting out people, situations, negative habits that do not do you justice, that do not serve your highest good, that do not make you feel joy. But before you can get to that joyful, free-spirited person that you already innately are, you need to be this hard ass right now, because you need to create boundaries and parameters of safety and protection for you to be able to feel safe, to be the gorgeous, amazing, sensual, dynamic person that you are, to share your gifts with others, to share your truths, to be that beautiful, I just see like beautiful, like exotic bird or butterfly that has not died, but it has been buried and suppressed by negative feelings, negative self-talk, and other people's bullshit. So you are standing clear in your boundaries, who is allowed in your life and who isn't. You're seeing people clearly, and this all has come from experience. You're very wise. You're connecting into your intuition. Okay, maybe you don't trust it all the time, but you're getting better. And at the same time, with being still this strong, wise, no-nonsense person, you are still, it's actually helping you, protect you. It's actually, how do I say it? It's helping you feel safe enough to be vulnerable with those who are worthy, to be vulnerable with those who aren't worthy, to feel safe enough in your body and in the world, to be tough when you need to and to be soft when you need to. And it's all you, and it's all good, and it's all lovable. And you're doing this from a place of reclusivity, or standing back and being more of the observer instead of the doer. So I'm seeing though that, so it's almost like you are meant to be doing something right now. You're meant to be successful at something creative, or if it's not creative, something that brings you passion and joy, and you're supposed to share it, and people are supposed to appreciate you for it. They may be doing that now, but it's not to the level that you deserve or you want because of the suppression, right? So what I was trying to say is that, so you procrastinated because you were procrastinating, and you were fearful, and you were doubting, and you were hesitating, and you were overthinking. Okay, so you lost an opportunity, or you feel like it's too late for you. Spirit is saying this. It's not too late for you, but you are right that it's not the time. That you are just bubbling up inside to be reborn again. But at this present moment, you still have some inner work to continue to do, to refine, to clear out, and to get clear on your vision. Okay? To be more confident. You're still working on this confidence, getting better though. Now, the transformation that you're still going through, there's still more pieces to this transformation to come back into who you are, to express yourself, right? But it's not the time to launch yourself out into the world, even if you feel that you want to, and even if you feel that you're ready, because you're almost ready, but not quite. And that's okay, because there needs to be some sort of transformation or transmutation of heavy energy you've been holding on to from all these years of suppression. Perhaps you've been resentful, perhaps you've been depressed, or perhaps you've been envious of others who are you feel are more confident in showing who they are, or in these people who have put you down because they are not confident. You need to cleanse and clear and heal all that resentment, all other people's toxic energy in your psyche, in your energetic field, because it's holding you down. It's created a stagnation. So it's kind of been a thing where you've kind of created it and other people have helped you create it. And it's actually, perhaps I'm seeing too, and take it as resonates, if you've had some sort of sense of addictions, whatever kind of addictions, there's different types of addictions. If you've had either addictions or like unhealthy habits, these were developed because you were suppressing yourself, and you were suppressing your natural vitality and joy and light. And you suppressed it with stuffing yourself with whatever it was. It could be food, it could be TV, it could be like smoking, whatever. But you're transforming that. You're releasing toxic habits, you're releasing addictions, and you're cleansing the energy. So I suggest dancing, exercise to kind of get your body moving too. This will help you change the chemistry in your body and also bring that joy back into your life, because maybe a lot of you are dancers or like physical movement. That is part of your lifeline and part of what keeps you dynamic. That's going to be shifting for you. But it seems like there's something that you want to do or create or achieve, and it's not quite yet time, but it is a time for self-introspection, strengthening of character, refining your gifts, practicing your gifts, planning and strategizing. As the old you and the old self-harm and the old negative thoughts and the negative talk and the shame and the doubt die. And they are dying. You're receiving help from spirit with energy medicine. While you rest, while you meditate, while you sleep, they are healing your body. They are cleansing your energetic body, specifically your sacral chakra, where all these things that we're talking about, what it governs. They're cleansing and clearing, and you can assist them by resting, by meditating, and by sleeping more. This is a time of rest, not action. Going inward, not outward, so that later you can go outward and be the beautiful person you are. But anyways, so you can assist them with prayers and asking them and saying, I accept and I receive your healing energy. Please cleanse and clear, strengthen my sacral chakra. Cut any cords connected to my sacral chakra that have made me feel unworthy, unhealthy, all that crap that the sacral chakra is connected to. Also, Spirit is suggesting that you get some Reiki, massage, breath work, whatever modalities you feel comfortable with that can help you release old energy and strengthen and revitalize your energetic field. Now, so all this transformation that you're going through, it's almost like it's going to help you release this anger, release these resentments, and you're going to feel more calm and more peace within yourself. And the wisdom is just going to come flooding through. So a lot of this energy healing you're getting, the wisdom, you're going to be channeling more energy, more wisdom, and more clarity, even more so than now. It's going to come with ease, and you are going to be calm. But this purity, you're like purifying your spirit. I love it. And you're reconnecting with your heart and the heart of the sky. And I see that as like you're realigning to the universe's plan for you, your mission, your true essence, your authenticity. And so Spirit is saying, if you feel like you've missed something, you've missed out on something, or you're trying to push yourself to get all these things done and accomplish things, they're saying it's not the time. You may have already, and to be honest, you may have already missed the opportunity, but the opportunity will come back around because things happen in cycles. What is meant for you is yours. What they're saying is that if you want to regain your alignment and regain your balance, hold back. The opportunity will come once you've cleansed yourself, you've strengthened yourself, and you're more sure of the actions you're supposed to take, and they will take less effort. So that is your transformation. You're transforming back into your natural, innate, beautiful self, a beautiful being of love, of light, of vibrancy. You have gone through a period of really suffering, sadness, sorrow, heaviness, but you are letting it go. But you have to allow yourself to let it go so that you can come back to this person effortlessly. So Spirit's advice with this mending card is they want you to continue to heal. So there's some healing that needs to be done. I'm going to read this. This is the advice from Spirit. Okay, so while this transformation is happening, they want you to keep this in mind. Okay, forgiveness. Okay, forgiving yourself and others. Forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. So if there's anybody you've argued with, time to heal that. This will help you lighten your load and free you. Okay, anyways, sorry. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make space, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Wow, that synced up pretty well. So you are in a healing process and you are moving forward. Forgiveness is really the key here. I love it. All right. Number 2, I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. And yeah, if you did, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you so much. Blessings. Hey, pile number 3, here is your reading with the pink stone. Pile number 3, what are you transforming? So I already shuffled the cards and picked the cards because I don't have that much space in my camera. But I will lay out the cards and I will show you each one as I do. So pile number 3, what are you transforming? We have 7, Legacy of Light. It's the first card. Next card is Renee, She Who Hopes, Love, Hope, and Relationships. Then we have the 5 of Rods. Then we have 27, Fragmentation. Then we have Coagulation. Then we have Volaris, She Who Flies, Dare, Do, Reach. Then we have the Page of Rods, the Page of Wands. I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying my best to focus it. Then we have number 9, Sagittarius, Expand. We have number 12, Pisces, Sensitize. Then we have Queen of My World, number 24. Then we have The Uncreated. Then we have 24 again, past life, a cultural experience, it is behind you, regression. Then we have Breeze, she who surprises, surprise, discovery, revelation. Then we have number 8, the circle. And then we have 36, come to the edge, which was in reverse. This is upright, and this is reverse. This is bothering me. I want this card here. I want this card here, here, here. Okay. All right. Pile number 3, what are you transforming? Let me see here. Okay, so pile number 3, your transformation. It's kind of interesting here. It's very multi-layered. And so what I want to say before I begin piece by piece, how you're transforming overall is you're learning how to come into alignment and mission. You have a mission. Basically, you have a mission, an important mission that you are supposed to fulfill in this incarnation, and you can't do it alone. It's about learning how to balance out individuality with interdependence and your soul family. Excuse me. Let me get clear. Let's start here with the legacy of light. You have come onto this planet with a lot of gifts from your ancestors, as well as their baggage, their patterns that may or may not be healthy. You've come in with that. You have come in through a lineage that has special gifts, but also traumas attached, right? Which is everyone. And it's like sometimes this can, so the balance is that some of this can help you and some of it can hinder you. So it's really important to heal any ancestral patterns that are holding you back. So what I'm seeing here in the past, one of the biggest things, obstacles and challenges in your life that you are overcoming is conflict with people. Conflict in relationships. And this could be different types of relationships. Could be love, friendship, and definitely, especially coming from family. It's obviously started there. With she who hopes, love, hope relationships, you are a really kind, loving person who wants everybody to be happy, and you want to play fair, and you're a peacemaker and all this good stuff. Very sweet. But you've had to deal with other people's shadows, other people's ego, conflict. You're not a naturally confrontational person, but you've had to step up and defend yourself many times and deal with other people's projections, negativity, and needing to dominate you in different arenas and situations. This could be something that you've inherited from your family. Maybe your family is very confrontational, or your family's had to deal with people who've always tried to compete with them or repress them, suppress them in some way. I don't know, but this is what you've been dealing with. So it's strengthened you for sure. And you've been it's actually has in a lot of ways turned you off from really connecting with people. I feel like maybe you're empathic, very sensitive, and you have, maybe there's codependency in your family line, or if that's not it, there's just a sense of like you're being very empathic and absorbing people's energy, their projections, or people latch onto you and you become very enmeshed in certain relationships, and you kind of forget where you begin and end. And same with the other person. Like there's been moments in your life where you've lost your identity or forgotten who you are, or you've compromised yourself, and it's really never led you anywhere good or has never given you joy. And I think that you start to realize that. And so there's a sense of resentment and anger towards people who have put you in these positions of like, having to deal with their projections and shadows, having to put you in these weird spaces that have turned you off to a lot of people. And so you may have in the past disconnected and disassociated from connecting or being intimate with others. And this could be for different reasons. It's a general reading, but it's actually, by doing that, you've actually disconnected from yourself, right? Because we need people. No man is an island. You came here to learn from people and teach people, right? We all do that naturally. And so this transformation is trying to support you to find the perfect balance of being an autonomous individual while still being a part of a collective, being a part of a team, co-creating with other like-minded people. I believe you're meant to find your soul tribe, work with your soul tribe as on top of, in addition to really connecting into your lineage, healing your lineage, and then amplifying the strengths of your lineage. And all of this is because to realize and remember that we're all interconnected. This is a reality. So this disconnection is making you disconnect from your own soul and not knowing yourself as good as you can. But you're healing that. Slowly but surely, you're healing that. And now you're in a place, pile number 3, of being really curious about expansion. You really want to put yourself out there, and you're gaining the courage and confidence to accomplish your dreams, your goals. You know you have a mission, you know you have gifts, and you're ready to utilize and express them to create your own vision of success and reality. You right now are feeling very optimistic, buoyant, energetic, and you just want to get out there and explore. You have a very adventurous spirit naturally, and it's really getting stronger as you begin to heal, grow, and develop as a person. And so the energies that are helping to amplify this for you now is the energy of, expansion, learning how to visualize your dream and ground it in reality, and at the same time being sensitive to other people in your reality, being creative, but learning how to work with people, and it's important not to step on people to get what you want and need and what you want to create, if that makes sense. So Spirit is encouraging you to really tap into the sensitive nature that you have, which you may have kind of closed off because of situations, conflicts in the past. Spirit wants you to open your empathy up now because you're stronger. And while keeping your own individual identity, Spirit also wants you to be able to be receptive to other people's feelings and visions and creativity, and to work with them in collaborative ways to help support your success, and you help support them symbiotically in reciprocity. So this is the energy that you're working with right now. You're feeling it, you're receiving it, it's being given to you, and you're encouraged to embrace it. And so what is transforming for you is that you are gaining more confidence in who you are and understanding what you have to offer, and knowing that you are worthy to and powerful enough to create your own reality, create that which brings you joy. You are stepping into your power. You are connecting in with your strengths and your like working with your weaknesses, or like understanding your weaknesses, and it's like when you understand your weaknesses, it's like learning how to strengthen them, but also to know that you don't have to know how to do everything, that there's people around you that can help you with things that maybe perhaps you need assistance with, and that's okay. You're still very powerful, and you have a lot to contribute to this world. And so right now what you're doing, and Spirit is encouraging, is like what you're doing is you're starting to believe in yourself, and you're believing that you can visualize and actualize the world that you want to live in, or create your own piece of heaven by fulfilling your mission. And so with this portal here, Spirit really wants you to start visualizing what it is you want to create for yourself, and how you want to do it, and inviting you to be open to collaborating with others, because others are going to help your dream come true. You can't do it by yourself. You can do a lot of it by yourself, but a lesson here in this life for you is to learn how to work with other people, learning how to discern and stay away from the people that bring you just negative energy, and align with the people that are right for you, your soul tribe. Okay, so Spirit is asking you to also work with your past lives, past life regression, however you need to do it. They not only to untangle and clear out any kind of trauma from those past lives, but also to activate and strengthen and become aware that a lot of your gifts and talents have been developed through other past lives, and that is why they come so easily to you now, in addition to the gifts and wisdom that you receive from your family line. It all works together. So focus in more on that and with your past lives, and also even with connecting with your ancestors for guidance and support and connection. They love you. And so you're going to, as you're transforming and all this transformation is said and done, you're going to surprise yourself with how amazing your idea is, your design for what you want to create or what you're meant to do is going to turn into. You're not only going to surprise yourself, but you're going to surprise other people. They're going to be surprised in a very positive way. Like you have something really big to share, and it's beautiful. But you can't do it without your soul family. What's so cool is to think about is like this dream, this mission that you have, it's not just yours. There's other spirits, other souls that incarnated on this planet at the same time as you to fulfill this shared mission. And isn't that beautiful? Like, it means you're not alone. And it just goes to show what a bigger picture there is in this universe. And you're all going to fulfill this together because it's the only way you can do it. And you're all excited about it. Oh my God, this is awesome. This is so cool. So I would say continue to visualize and trust the process, but really do your best to connect with people and balance it. Make sure that you have your boundaries up, but that you're also open and giving and receiving as well. So that's part of the challenge for you. All right, so the advice for you from Spirit, we got come to the edge in reverse. So, the car flew. I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it for you. Come to the edge in reverse. I'm curious why it's in reverse, but let's find out. Okay, so interesting. All right. Fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion stemming from an old belief and isn't even true. Now is time for courage. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. Oh, the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real is hovering over you. The more you dwell on fear, the more it will become. Ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love and accept that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. It's just your fear. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, Spirit will always catch you. That is your message. All right. I think a lot of that fear comes from a sense of you're doing this on your own. Maybe feeling like you can't rely on people, or that people are in competition, or you're in competition with people, and that this has to be only you, that you're carrying this weight on your shoulders. And of course, anybody would be scared if it's it's a big thing here. But Spirit's not going to let you do that by yourself and burden you like that. You have people here to help you and support you. Let them in on your vision, or seek people with similar visions out. That'll help ease the fear. But just know that your part everything you're doing, you are capable. And you're transforming and getting this confidence. So good for you. That's so amazing. I hope this reading was helpful. Like, subscribe, or comment below if it was, and share your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Thank you so much for being here. Blessings. Bye.